En los deportes de la página informativa, enciende O'Neill, la máquina deportiva. En los deportes tú acabó con todo, la máquina deportiva live.com. Hockey, fútbol, lucha libre con patada, baloncesto, béisbol, boxeo y mucho más. Las noticias del deporte bien actualizado, entrevista y opinión y todos los resultados. O'Neill Batista anotó un touchdown, bateando 400 te deja noqueado. Más que Kobe Bryant, él está donkeando. La máquina deportiva a mí me está gustando. En los deportes de la página informativa, enciende O'Neill, la máquina deportiva. En los deportes tú acabó con todo, la máquina deportiva live.com. ¡Hawaii! Esta es la máquina deportiva. O'Neill Batista, mete mano. Vamos al perreo. Aguacate. A nivel de Jaina.com. La máquina deportiva live.com.
Saludo cordial a todos los que sintonizan la máquina deportiva. Yo soy O'Neill Batista, como siempre, trayendo las informaciones del ámbito deportivo. Arrancamos con Grandes Ligas. Tampa Bay logra ganar su título divisional desde hace 10 años, de la última vez en el 2010. El equipo de Tampa, encargado por Randy Arizona, que batió 2 cuadrangulares para Tampa Bay, para coronarse campeones de la Liga Americana del Este. Por primera vez después de 10 años, se impusieron ante los Mets de Nueva York por un marcador de 8-5. Joey Wally y Brandon Lowell aportaron también con sendos jonrones para Tampa Bay, que serán locales en el Tropical Field para una serie de primera ronda de postemporada al máximo de 3 juegos desde el próximo martes. Así que los Tampa Bay vuelven a estar como siempre en los playoffs, ya sea vía wild card, pero ahora le tocó dando la división. Por otra parte, Manny Machado tiene para ser el MVP de la Liga Nacional. Desde el 19 de agosto se ha convertido en el mejor bateador del equipo de los Padres de San Diego. A final de julio publiqué mi predicción sobre la temporada 2020, que incluía a Manny Machado como un jugador más valioso de la Liga Americana. Nacional. Un mes después, un amigo me recordó el pronóstico con lo que toqué sacarlo. Te equivocaste de los Padres, me dijo. ¿De verdad me equivoqué? No hay duda de que el dominicano Fernando Tatis ha sido la gran revelación del 2020. Pero el jugador más valioso de la Liga Nacional es Manny Machado. Machado tiene el segundo mejor récord en la Liga Nacional y clasificaron para la temporada por primera vez desde el 2006. Gracias en esta parte a la prodigiosa ofensiva liderada por Manny Machado y Fernando Tatis, quien juegan cada uno de los encuentros que se ha disputado en San Diego esta temporada. Tatis dejó su huella a los grandes durante las primeras 3 semanas de la campaña, conectando 11 cuadrangulares con 28 empujadas y un OPS de 1.094 en ese trecho. Los Padres tuvieron marca de 3-12 en ese periodo. El que Manny Machado disparó 5 cuadrangulares, empujó 13 rayitas y estuvo en OPS de 7.36. Entonces, nada de esperar que el martes arranque la temporada. Seguimos con la máquina de...
Señora ama de casa, no se pierda los grandes especiales de Pioneer Supermarket de Willis Avenue en el Bronx, donde encontrarás de todo siempre con los mejores productos de calidad. Arroz canilla, aceite amazola, café bustelo, plátanos 10 por $1 y mucho más. Pioneer Supermarket de Willis Avenue en el Bronx tiene de todo lo que necesitas. Para preparar su mejor comida siempre con los precios de Grandes Ligas, venga a Pioneer Supermarket. Aceptamos todas las formas de pago y para su comodidad le llevamos su comida a su casa con delivery gratis. A la hora de hacer sus compras, venga a Pioneer Supermarket en Willis Avenue en el Bronx.
Al bolseo. Diana Santana permaneció 4 meses en el infierno, nos cuenta. Un día es suficiente para sufrir y hasta morir, pero 3 veces en el infierno es una lesión que marca para... La 2 veces campeona mundial de peso pluma era una cualquiera de los de la centenera de ranking y de estos nuevos grupos que abruptamente se mezcló, no tenía posibilidad alguna de éxito, al menos de mantener su honor y el más mínimo derecho como ser humano. Luego de llegar a la cárcel penitenciaria de Najayo, San Cristóbal, tras andar por 7 cárceles en Santo Domingo, Dayana Santana Liz, quizá una futura candidata para el pabellón de la fama del deporte dominicano, recibió la bienvenida. Mira tú, coño, pásame una cuchara de ahí, rápido. Perdón por la palabra, pero esa fue la expresión cuando se vive en esa cárcel de gente viva. Le ordenó la interna María Noesi, nombre simulado, mientras es empleadora de bolseo profesional, única dominicana en ganar 2 coronas mundiales, estaba en labores de limpieza en el pabellón, especialmente para una mujer en la cárcel de la ciudad sureña. Mira la cuchara y tiene que entender que yo estoy haciendo otra cosa y no tengo que tener prisa para hacerte un favor, explicó Dayana antes del mandato. Cállate, buena, jajaja. La palabra no se puede decir porque hay niños que no escuchan. Hacer lo que yo ordeno, encima que no tenga cerca para decirte quién es que manda aquí. Di que la bolseadora, jaja. Tú lo que eres una, ajá. Y muchos insultos, mucha cuestión. Una ira inusual en el pabellón de mujeres con delito de violencia y consumo de droga, a la vez sorprendida la pugil que lució una cobra se quiso del ataque de violencia que le provino a la muchacha. Aguantó como toda una profesional. Su grito de auxilio se confundió entre los aplausos y risa de su nueva compañera, la cual no eligió para una prisión correccional de 1 mes. Se extendió a 3 sin ninguna razón, solamente por defenderse de los abusos en la cárcel. Dayana, por defenderse, le tocó vivir ese trago amargo. Dice que no volvería jamás a esa vida, solamente por una discusión con alguien en la calle que, como siempre, quieren abusar a veces de tu buena bondad. Dayana no quiso defenderse a nivel profesional, como ella sabe, con los puños. Le dio 2 palos y por eso la condenaron como si fuera una delincuente. Qué cosa. Y da mucha pena, pero gracias a Dios ya salió de ahí. Dice que tuvo mucho apoyo a través de las principales autoridades del país, pero esa querella la marcó para siempre. Gracias a Dios que está de vuelta con nosotros, Dayana, ya está libre.
Güey, ¿qué es lo que te habla sujeto Coro 24 en la casa? Quiero que siga apoyando la máquina deportiva, la gente que te activa el montón. Guay.
Así es, continuando con la emoción de la NBA, les cuento que el jugador Tyler Herro les dañó la fiesta a Boston Celtics con una anotación de 37 puntos, 6 rebotes y 3 asistencias, ganando así Miami Heat 112-109 a los Celtics, seguido por Butler con 24 puntos, 9 rebotes y 3 asistencias. Continúe con la máquina deportiva Pod Cast.
Gracias a Madeline Soler con el reporte de la NBA, pero seguimos ampliando con los protagonistas y nuestros micrófonos se trasladaron hasta allá, la rueda de prensa después del partido.
It was tough getting emotionally ready for the game, but to be honest, I wasn't surprised, and we just fell short. That was it.
Jared Weiss.
There were a lot of plays where they were able to beat you guys to rebounds or loose balls and create extra chances, or not closing out when they would get to corner shooters. How did those, just the way that Miami won those hustle moments, how did that create a difference tonight?
Like you said, we created the difference. We had some matchup breakdowns, etc., and we just didn't have enough tonight. We just didn't have enough, and we lost.
Question from Eddie Delgado from TAP Deportes.
Hi, Jalen. Down the series 3-1, what do you think the Celtics have to improve or have to emphasize or adjust to Game 5?
I think we got to be aggressive, take care of the basketball. And I think we just on defense, we got to continue to be aggressive too. Guys get going, we got to step up a little bit more to kind of slow them down. Guys got comfortable out there and they just start hitting shots after shots after shots. It's tough to beat a team when they're making shots and they're comfortable. So we gotta set the tone better from the start. And a lot of that is me. So coming out next game, that's what we should be looking to do.
Final question, Jalen, is from Bob Schron.
Yeah, hi, Jalen. Just back to what I don't want to overdo it, but back to why you guys were flat. The emotion of Breonna Taylor's decision, having a couple of days off, you guys having to overcome the blow-up in the locker room after Game 2. How challenging is it for you to get your guys collectively emotionally together to win Friday?
We just got to do it, We just got to do it. Challenges, adversity, all of that stuff is part of life. The good thing is that we still have an opportunity. We still have a chance. I believe in this team. We're down right now, 3-1. But I believe that we can still come back and win. We all have to believe it. And we all have to come out and play like it. Starting today, starting now, starting next game. We got to have more. We got to take it. It's not just going to fall in our lap.
One final question, I guess, from Gary, Washburn in person, Jalen. Thank you.
I know you believe that. A lot of guys are down 0-3-1 say, yeah, we can do it. How do you get the rest of the guys to believe it, or do they believe it? Do you need to do over the next 48 hours to be like, okay, we got to take it?
Definitely get together. In these type of moments are crucial, because we don't want, to be separated. We want to continue to be together and fight to the end. I think that's the best thing that we can do to represent this organization, represent ourselves, represent our families, stay together, and play hard. And I think everybody will be part of that result. But if we don't stay together and we fall apart, it's not going to be a good look. So staying together during these moments, and having each other's back, that's what it's about. So I'm looking forward to the film session. I'm looking forward to meeting with our guys, my film coach, to watch and come out next game on fire.
Thank you, Jalen. Look forward to seeing you Friday. Thank you.
Morgan.
Hey, Tyler. So Coach just talked about how important it was for you to have, or your teammates to have confidence in you versus the coaching staff. How much does their support play into how you're able to play as loose as you are?
It's everything, really everything. Obviously the coaches have trusted me, but I think, like Coach said, the biggest thing is my teammates from top to bottom trust me, from the oldest guy to the youngest guy, and that's big. Not all vets are like that, and they really shine light on me. Ever since I've been in Miami, Jimmy's been the biggest influence for me, and he just continues to teach me and help me. So without my teammates, I don't think any of that would be possible, especially as a rookie.
David Ramil. Hey, Tyler, obviously on a night like tonight when you're scoring so well, you're still looking to try to get your teammates going, trying to make the right pass. How do you walk that fine line, and where do you find that balance between trying to score and being aggressive with your shot and still making the right play?
At the end of the day, it's just about making the right play. Whether it's a shot or a pass to a teammate, whatever it is. And, every night's a different night. Tonight was my night to score. Next game, I'm sure it'll be different. So, just going out there and making the right play and trying to impact win is the biggest thing for each of us.
Anthony Chang.
Hey, Tyler, you talked a little bit about it, but how important has the relationship been with Jimmy in terms of just, I know you're confident already, but just even giving you more confidence and giving you the room to have these type of performances in your first season?
Like I said before, it's everything. Jimmy, ever since I got here, he's been like a big brother to me, and he's shined light on me. He's taught me a lot of things. Just continuing to get on me, whether it's something I want to hear or not. He's going to tell me what I need to hear, and I appreciate him for that. And like I said before, without Jimmy, I probably wouldn't be doing this as a rookie.
Will Manso.
Hey, Tyler, you mentioned that confidence, but when you look up or you look at the stat sheet now, you see 37 points. Does it feel that way when you're playing that style? Do you sense how much you're scoring and what a groove or zone, whatever you want to call it, you're in such a big moment?
Not really. I feel the groove I'm in. I feel like I have it going, but like I said before, any night it can be someone different, and when you think you have it going, you want to just try to be as efficient as possible and make the right play. And tonight some shots were falling for me, and my teammates just continue to give me the ball, and I appreciate them for that.
Rebecca Harlow.
Tyler. Hey, Tyler. Just a question for you. When you're in the zone like you were tonight, are you able to stay in that zone versus understanding what you're potentially doing, which is helping your team get one game closer to the NBA Finals? Or is that something that motivates you at the same time?
Could you say it again? It's kind of quiet over here. Sorry. I don't really hear you.
Yeah, no worries. I'm just asking, when you're in the zone the way that you are you able to stay in the zone, or do you think about and are you motivated by the fact that you're helping your team, who is now one win away from the NBA Finals?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is just trying to impact winning. At the end of the day, that's our biggest goal. We have a great group of guys in the locker room, and I think at the end of the day, everybody wants to win. And, I know my role is not to score 30, whatever I had tonight. It's not to do that every night. Some nights it may, require for me to step up like tonight and make some shots. But, I know in the fourth quarter, we're going to get the ball to Jimmy. We're going to get the ball to Goran. And, those are our guys. We're going to run through them, and they're going to make the most plays for us, and they're going to win us games most of the time. So that's who we're going to get the ball to. And like I said, I just want to impact winning, and whatever that is, I'll do.
Jeff Zilgit.
Brett Stevens just said that the rim must have looked like an ocean to you tonight. How good did it feel from the get-go for you to find your shot? And what, if anything, did you see out there that, led you to believe that this was going to be, your kind of night? Because you also had 15 in the first half.
I think, once you see a couple shots go down, and when you're getting shots in rhythm, it's just the game flows. And, I know where I'm going to get my shots, and, I'm going to get the same shots, next game in the same spots. And it's just about, making them and just trying to get a rhythm going early. And, like I said, once you see a couple shots go down, then the rest of the game is easier for you. But tonight was definitely a good night.
Dan Wojcicki.
Tyler, the night you got drafted, probably like 10 years ago, you said you first question you got asked, you said, I'm going to surprise people. I'm going to guess that you didn't surprise yourself tonight. Where does that confidence come from, and where did it come from on draft night?
I'm just going to bet on myself. I've been doing that, my whole life. I went from Milwaukee, a small town in Milwaukee, to Kentucky. Nobody thought I would survive there, and nobody thought I would survive here. So at the end of the day, it's just betting on myself. Obviously, there's a lot of factors that play into it. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to bet on myself, and that's what I do, bet on myself.
Mark Schwartz.
Tyler, why is it, do you think, that people didn't think that you would survive in Kentucky and didn't think that you were worthy of a higher draft pick? Why are people looking at you as not being the player that you in fact are?
I think someone said my wingspan was too short. They say everything, but whatever they say, it's whatever. And at the end of the day, all you can do is work at it, perfect your craft. Come in with a great attitude, and just respect everybody in the building, and good things will happen from there. But it's just about putting in the work and really putting in time and effort into something you love.
West Lammy.
Tyler, obviously you've proven that you can score, and at the same time, even at this level of what's going on that you're doing it at here in this East Conference Finals. But what do you credit, obviously, just what you're doing basically off the dribble in terms of what you're doing in your game and improving in that area?
I think I came into the league more as like a catch and shoot guy, and that's what I'm kind of labeled as. But as you can see, I can put the ball on the floor. I can make plays for others. I can get my own shot off the dribble, and that's how I played my whole life. Before Kentucky, before the NBA, I grew up with the ball in my hands, making plays and making tough shots, and I feel like that's my game. But it's all about trust and letting not everybody gets an opportunity like me, and my coaches, teammates, they trust me, and that's the biggest thing about it.
Brandy from ETV.
Hey Tyler, as a team, tonight's game atmosphere wasn't as fiery, specifically in the first three quarters, but clearly wasn't passive either. Did you guys come into this game planning on playing with a sense of steadiness?
Yeah, we wanted to focus on a full 48 minutes of our game. We felt like the first three games, even the two we won, we got out and we trailed early, and that we felt like that hurt us. And we wanted to come out and play a full 48 minutes of our Miami Heat basketball, stay steady throughout the game. And, we had a great game plan coming in. We haven't done anything yet. We're focused on Game 5.
Mark Schwartz, did you have a follow-up?
Yeah, Tyler, can you describe the way that you have developed this confidence that you have? Because it really is extraordinary that a player at 20 years old can come out and be the best player on the floor in a game of this magnitude.
That's just who I am. I'm confident. I don't think I was the best player on the floor tonight, though. There's a lot of things that play a factor. We can't forget that Jimmy was still out there. Bam was out there. Goran was out there. And there was a lot of good players on the floor tonight. But I think that my confidence is that I can play with anybody. I don't think that I was the best player on the floor, but I do think that I can play with anybody. And I think my confidence that's just who I am. You can't survive in this league if you don't have confidence.
Mark Spears.
Congratulations on your night, but I do want to ask you, what made you choose Black Lives Matter with that New Jersey, and do you have any thoughts about being on the field?
I chose Black Lives Matter because Black Lives Matter. And I felt like this was our first Black Lives Matter is something that means something to me. My teammates are predominantly black. The league's predominantly black, and there's obviously a problem going on in the world. And I feel like this stage with this type of platform, putting that on my jersey, everybody's seen my last name, but they also seen Black Lives Matter on the back. And I think that's important. And I think we have to do better in society, and just keep trying to push forward. And Black lives do matter. I think it's unfortunate. I think money is not justice, and that's really it.
Tab Deportes, Puerto Rico.
Hi, Tyler. How do you feel when people compare you to Dwayne Wade and your thought on how to close out the series on Game 5 right now?
Game 5 is going to be tough, obviously. They're going to bounce back, make some adjustments. I think we'll do the same. But Game 5 will be big. It's going to be a dogfight again. It's going to come down to the stretch. But, we got to come out again and play a full 48 minutes like we did tonight. Even better. We need to play better. We need to get better. And, we're focused on Game 5. It's going to be a fight.
Naveen from Rappler in the Philippines.
Hi, Tyler. Congrats on the win. After the game, Goran came up to you and told you he loved you and gave you a hug. I just want to ask, how big has he been in your development and helping you build that confidence to take over in a game with as much repercussions as today?
Goran's been huge. I've been watching him since I was a little kid. Obviously, now being able to play with him and learn from him has been, huge in my development. He's unique in everything he does with the ball in his hands on defense, ball, out of his hands. He just knows how to play the game, and I've learned so much from him, and, obviously I couldn't be doing this without him as well.
And Tyler, our last question from David, La Gazzetta dello Sport, Italy.
Hey, Tyler, how much do you think the bubble experience has helped you develop into, the great player you are today?
The bubble experience?
Yeah.
I think it's whatever. It's basketball at the end of the day. So if there was fans or not, I think we would still be here. We would still be one game away from the NBA Finals. And it's been a great experience, obviously, but I think coming into it, you don't know what to expect. And it took some time to get used to, but we're here now and we're ready to continue this journey.
Tyler, thank you for your time, sir. Have a nice day.
Thanks, Mike. One game away from the conference finals, Bam. You guys really got it going early today. Obviously, with the 3 days off, was it a point of emphasis for you guys to get going in the first quarter as opposed to sort of later in the game, like in some of the games past, to get it going early?
Like I said before, man, we gotta play. We played in the fourth and the first, and I feel like we did that. And we defended. We didn't give them a lead and a cushion. We took the lead and we just tried to contain that throughout the game.
Next question is Ira Winderman.
Bam, can you take us through the injury, the wrist? You seem to be holding the arm. What was it? Have you required treatment? Have you been told what it might or might not be?
I'm good.
What happened that created that? We kind of caught you on TV holding the wrist a bunch. Was it a specific play or something that happened?
Just a wrong turn. Yes, they grabbed my arm. Wrong little movement. Nothing was too major.
And then just what about everyone sort of stepping up that you needed specific guys at specific points, whether it was you or Tyler or Goran or Jimmy, that guys met the moment tonight?
The beautiful thing about this team, man, how many guys we have with 20 plus? 4? That's the beautiful thing about this team, man. You don't know who can go off. So tonight it was Tyler, and then the other 3. You just never know. Like that's the beauty I like about this team.
Next question, Tim Reynolds.
He can't be considered a rookie anymore, but does anything he does, should anyone be surprised by anything he does now?
No. I don't think, first of all, I haven't been surprised. I knew what the kid could do. I was the one that put the bug in Pat here to draft the kid, just saying. But, I'm not shocked about the success that Tyler's having. He comes in the gym every day, great work ethic, great dude. It doesn't bother anybody, just works. And before the game, I see him writing this little journal about certain stuff during the game. And, for a kid like that, to meet moments in the playoffs and the way he's playing, it's not shocking at all because he's put in so much work and preparation for moments like this.
Has it hit you yet one game from the last series?
Let's get this one game. Ask me that question.
Next question, David Wilson.
Hey, Bam. I kind of want to follow up actually on that Kentucky thing. I'm just kind of curious. When you said you were in Pat's ears to draft, and I don't know, was it something like you watching him at Kentucky that stood out, or do you go to a practice? You kind of remember the first time like he really caught your eye?
I went to Lexington to go play. I went to go see the old coaches or whatever. Just stepping in a couple of days just to say what's up, get some work in with KP, and also to go see Cal and the other staff. But we was playing pickup, and just realizing, just going against him, man, he doesn't back down for the moment. And that's what you kind of like about T. Everybody looks at him and say, like, it's whatever. But the kid's got grit, he's got heart, and he's living for those moments. And it shocked me when I watched him in college, being in those moments and making those big shots. So when he got here, I told him day one, don't defer. Don't defer to anybody. Play your game. Make coach play. And he's been doing that. And the little guy had 37 tonight.
Yeah, and he's the first 20-year-old to score. I think only the second 20-year-old ever to score 37 in a playoff game with Magic Johnson. Your reaction to that?
Like it.
Next question, Mark Medina.
Hey, Bam. How did you process the news today with Breonna Taylor verdict, and how did you try to handle those emotions with playing a game tonight?
I kind of just try to channel my anger towards the game. It's crazy that somebody kills somebody and he gets the same charge as somebody that uses an unauthorized credit card. I don't think people really understand or understand, like, she's dead. Somebody killed her. At the end of the day, you need justice for that. All the other stuff, you need justice for that. Giving a guy, who is it, wanton endangerment?
Wanton endangerment.
Yeah, that's the same thing as somebody using an unauthorized credit card. That's crazy to think about. But we're going to keep fighting for justice for him. And, it's bigger than just basketball, but getting to share and getting to talk about it in the media or on TV, I feel like that brings awareness to everybody in the world. Everybody wants to watch the Eastern Finals, the Western Finals. So just keep being on TV and just keep bringing awareness. And we're going to keep trying to make a difference.
Given that today, did you feel like the game today was kind of a safe haven sanctuary, or was it, I guess, the other way?
Man, when you hear news like that, you kind of gotta force your anger towards what you're doing at the moment. So, all of us tried to transfer our anger to the basketball game, and I feel like this one was for her. And it's just a crazy world we live in, man, and the decisions that some people are making.
Next question, Manny Navarro.
Hey, Bam. Sorry to switch it back to basketball. I know that it's an important issue, but tonight with the turnovers, I mean, they had 19, you guys had 8. It really felt like, protecting the ball was a big emphasis in this game for you guys. And can you just talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, man, we looking at the game 3, and how many turnovers we had, and that the leak out fast breaks that had, that was the biggest difference in this game. Slowing them down, and then on the defensive end, we were always arguing, saying we got to get active hands, we got to get them passing lanes, we got to force them off the line and make them make plays to each other. So I feel like we did a great job of that tonight.
Is Is that a key to this series, you think, at all? It seems like when you guys do a good job of protecting the ball, that often makes a difference.
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference. I think that'll make a difference for any team when you take care of the ball.
Thank you.
Next question, Clay Ferraro.
Hey, Bam, congrats. Spo said you were earning your ice, the ice that you had on there in the locker room. Can you speak to the toughness, what this series has been, kind of the old school Eastern Conference playoff basketball that kind of this series has become?
We just, you know, both these franchises have history, so it means a lot to both of us. And like I said, man, we're underdogs, and nobody expected us to be here. Nobody wanted us to be here. And we're proving everybody wrong, and that's what I love about this team.
Next question, Wes Lammy.
Hey, Bam. Sorry about that. I was on the Tyler feed. But so just a real quick one. It's two-part one. First, in relation to Tyler also. But first of all, obviously, can you just share the environment, obviously, pregame, obviously, when you guys heard, obviously, the whole Breonna Taylor news. And also, just your, I guess, how proud are you of Tyler? And in terms of, like, even that Kentucky connection, the way that he even played in his play, obviously, your thoughts on how he plays this off the dribble.
What was the first question again? My bad. I was trying to.
No problem. So, the first question I was asking just the environment pregame. Obviously, when you guys you guys are rallying together as a locker room to get ready for this game. Obviously, Spo mentioned how, you guys heard the news on the indictment for Breonna Taylor. But through this game, too, I was telling you the connection with Tyler and that Kentucky connection, and just how proud you are of him and the way that he played tonight.
You weren't here for it earlier because you said it, but we just had to channel our anger towards the basketball game, and just pour our feelings and emotions in the game. When you hear something like that, it's unbelievable. It's ridiculous. But we're going to keep fighting for justice for it. And the second question, I'm proud of Tyler. It's a Kentucky connection before. But the kid's making strides. And we love that about Tyler. He doesn't shy away from the moments. And that's what we love. We love about him, man. So proud of him. And we just got to keep building on this win.
And we will close it out with Christos Tsaltas.
Hello, Bam. Congrats on the win. How important was after the loss on? How important for you was after the loss on Game 3 to react and make your third win in this series? And now you're one step away from NBA Finals. How's the mindset in the locker room?
We still got unfinished business, and that's bottom line. We can't get happy because we're up 3-1. We got to finish this last game and build from there. But we're all locked in. The loss kind of brought us back to our dog mentality, and just got us back in rhythm. Because every once in a while you're gonna face adversity, and it's all about how you respond. We responded well tonight.
And on Tyler Hero, how special is this guy and his mindset and his attitude about the game?
The man is a bucket getter. I don't know if you was on the Zoom earlier, but I'm gonna say it again. The kid has no conscience, and I'm proud of him. Great kid. His work ethic is unbelievable. But this won't get to his head. That's a beautiful thing about Tyler. The next game he wants to go in the game and just impact winning. He impacted winning scoring tonight. Next game he might have 10 assists, and somebody else might have 37. So the biggest thing about it is the kid wants to impact winning.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bam.
Black Lives Matter, people.
Jimmy, you said
for months now how impressed you guys all are with the confidence that Tyler has. You've been around a lot of rookies in your time. How would you put it into context how rare it is for a guy who's 20 years old to come in and deliver on this kind of stage?
Not too many people get an opportunity to make it this far in the playoffs and to be in a game like this. But for him, it's another day at the office. And I think it makes all of us smile. We're also happy for him because he knows what he's capable of, and he just plays with so much confidence. And he's been doing it all year long. So to him, there's no pressure or anything. He's just going to keep playing basketball the right way.
Did you guys think he was capable of this?
Yeah, without a doubt. We know anybody on our roster that they're capable of that. It was his time. I hope it's his time the next game as well. It could be Duncan. I hope it's Duncan. It could be Bam. It could be anybody. But he definitely willed us to a victory tonight.
Morgan Mitchell.
Hey, Joey. Tyler talked about how great your leadership has been for him and that you're kind of like a big brother. What leaders did you have that helped you form your leadership style to help the team?
I had some good ones. Luau Dang, Booz, D Rose, obviously, Joe Kim. Some guys that really taught me the game. And more than anything, they just showed me, where hard work could get you if you never give up. And I think Tyler, he has all of that. He listens, he's learning, and he just wants to win. So he's going to continue to get better. Obviously, he's a rookie. But I'm telling you, whenever he's out there on the floor, the swag that he plays with, the moves that he makes, you think he's been in the league for 10 plus.
Anthony Chang.
Hey, Jimmy, I know Tyler's had these moments throughout the season, but a lot of guys are important to how good he's looked, especially since you guys got into the bubble. Does it feel like the game has kind of slowed down for him, particularly, over the past month or so?
I think he's been playing this way for a long time. He's comfortable. He picks his spots. He works on everything that you see him do in the game, in the pick and roll, in the ISO situation. I think the game has slowed down for him a long time ago. Now, he's just playing at an incredibly high level. Y'all see it now because of where we are in the playoffs. But he's been doing this year long now, and we want him to continue to play that way.
Mark Spears.
Really, what does it mean to be? What does it mean to be this close to the finals? And also, if you reflect on the Breonna Taylor before you got here.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think it's some BS that they let that go down like that. I think everybody knows what's supposed to happen. I think everybody knew what was gonna happen, unfortunately. But that's our country for you, to tell you the truth. Very, very sad, man, and I hate to see it. We all hate to see it. And as far as this close to the finals, we ain't there yet. We still got one more huge game to get. So back to the drawing boards, figure it out. Can't let up. Keep our foot on the gas pedal.
Jimmy, you just kind of touched on it a bit there about closing a series. It's all that cliche. It's always the hardest thing to do. Is there a difference, though, when you know you've got a team with that opportunity to close them out and getting it done in that game 5? And what is that mindset?
The same way that we go into everything. We play to win. We're going to do it together. And as long as we play basketball the right way, guard, limit our turnovers, rebound, all of that good stuff, we'll be in a position to win. But we're going into it the exact same way. And knowing that we do have a chance to close them out, but they're not going to lay down. It's going to be another dogfight.
Mark Medina.
Hey, Jimmy, back to the verdict with Breonna Taylor. As you were wrapping your head around all that, how did you deal with the emotions knowing that you also had a game today?
Obviously, there's always a lot of emotion that goes on, and you never actually don't think about it because it's always much bigger than a sport. It's almost much bigger than basketball. Because that could be anybody. That could be me. That could be any African American. So when you look at it like that, for me, it's always on my heart because I just think it's some bull crap. And going into the game, you do got to compete. But at the end of the day, I mean, we're people first, not just athletes.
Vince Goodwill.
Jim, not to even bring it back to basketball, I feel kind of sheepish asking you this, but you've hesitated on trying to take over games from the start of the season. People have called for you to be more selfish, to try to get the gaudy stats, but you've always wanted to impart confidence in your teammates. Is a game like tonight with Tyler or a game like the other night with Goran, is those reasons why you wanted to lose because you're always looking at the big picture?
I think so. I mean, I've been on teams where I put up a lot of shots and scored this amount of points. I haven't won anything, so obviously that's not the formula. Here, we all get a piece of the pie. We all hoop. It could be anybody's night. I don't care about stats, never have to tell the truth. But I love when my guys is out there hooping. I love when they're out there making shots, playing with confidence. I'm right there with them the whole way.
Jeff Zilgett.
Jimmy, 4 players on your team combined for 103 of your points. I know Tyler was responsible for a lot, but when you have those 4 scoring like that, what does it do for you guys? And then the second part of the Tyler question, earlier this year, he said that when he met up with you in Chicago, it was up at 5:30, workout at 6, breakfast, workout again, lunch, workout again. What did you learn from him during those workouts?
That he's always going to do what he's asked to do. He's going to keep coming back to be better. I mean, I could tell you over and over again how proud I am of the kid, but he cares. He wants to win. He does whatever you ask him to do. I probably like his brothers a lot more than I like him, to tell you the truth. But, when you got those guys that are scoring the points for us, me, that guy, Goran, and Tyler, I think it makes it a lot easier. We're not turning the ball over against shots on the goal. Play like that, good things happen.
Clay Ferraro.
Hey, Jimmy, you've told us all the way going back to training camp that, hey, you guys don't understand. We got some dogs on this team. We got some players on this team. So I know it's all about win by any means necessary, but is there a part of you that almost enjoys it more when it's your guys that are doing this as opposed to yourself?
Yeah, I'm not worried about myself. I think I'm good to go. I've been in this league for enough time now. But when Tyler has a game like that, and when Bam has a game like that, or even Goran, to me, it solidifies why we are here. And we couldn't do it without those guys. I may get a little bit more credit than I deserve, but these guys have been carrying us all year long. They will continue to do that. And I'm just happy for them. I'm glad that they're on my team, especially Bam.
Mark Schwartz.
Jimmy, Tyler was the 13th pick. He said people didn't think he'd survive Kentucky. People didn't think he'd survive the NBA either. Is this kid being underestimated by just about everybody? Are we looking at like the next big thing in the league? What are we looking at here?
He just fits in here. I think everybody got that chip on our shoulder, on our roster, in our organization. He's coming into his own. He will continue to grow. And I said it earlier that earlier in the year, Miami's going to love him. They're going to fall in love with him. I know that they are. I know that they have. And he's key to us going forward for a lot of years to come.
Wes Lammy.
Yeah, I'm here, Michael. Jimmy, what is it like, obviously, because Tyler consistently just keeps crediting you, actually, to just, where his game is and his development. So what does that mean to you when he's consistently saying that? Obviously, he credits you, especially as a same teammate that in his development.
That's my guy. I think the world knows that. I think so highly of him, man. And he's going to show the type of guy that he is. He's always willing to give the credit to somebody else. But he's done this. He's worked at it. He studied the film. He's the one that's in the gym. He's the one that's communicating like a vet to the vets. He did that. I didn't do it. Nobody else did it. Spo didn't do it. We just pump him with a lot of confidence. And I think he pumped himself with twice as much confidence. He goes out there and he performs, man. And that's on him. That's on nobody else. He's done that.
Vince Goodwill, did you have a follow-up?
Yeah, I did. Jimmy, you wanted to wear a blank nameplate on the back of your jersey to start this whole bubble experience. For the people who didn't understand that Breonna Taylor was this nameless, faceless person until we heard about her, do you think that your point is kind of gotten across now for people who didn't get it?
I hope so. In the sense that I'm no different than anybody else, man. And if you didn't know my name, that could be me. It still could be me, even when people do know my name. But that's what it's all about, is the fact that, man, we're all equal, no matter what. No matter the color of our skin, at the end of the day, we're all equal. And we just need everybody to see it that way.
All right, Jimmy, thanks for your time tonight, sir. Appreciate it.
You got a question over here.
Go on, get...
Yeah, I'm going to hold off on the Tyler questions because I know everybody's going to ask you about them. Goran, just the turnovers tonight, it seemed like it was such a big difference. The turnovers, they had 19, you guys had 8, and Bam just talked about, cleaning up, making sure they didn't get in the open court. Just how pivotal is that to this series?
That's huge for us. Try to get as many shots as we can on the ball and not to turn the ball over. And we did that tonight. I think so. How we opened the game was really important for us. Last 3 games they came out and made some big leads, and tonight we didn't allow that. So it was basically game in our terms.
And I know Tatum finished with 28, but he didn't have any at halftime, and he missed his first 7 shots. Just the defensive effort against him early, with how much of an emphasis was that?
It was a lot, not only him, on everybody. Brown has an awesome game last game. He hurt us inside the paint, smart too. So we just try to play team defense, try to make tough on them, and try to keep their shots. And from there on, the most important thing to be active. When we're active in defense, then we can force turnovers, we can run, and try to get on goal court.
Thanks.
Next question, David Perez, Heat TV.
Going on 1-1 away from the finals, Bam sort of touched on how the last couple of days gave you guys a chance to sort of recenter your mentality as a team. Was there a different feeling? What was the mood like around the team going into this game as opposed to game 3, and why do you think it worked so much?
Focus. That's number one word for us. Focus. Don't go high, don't go low. When you win, stay steady and try to work on our game. Try to figure out how to get better, and that's how we approach every game. Tonight we won, but we know it's not over. We know there's going to be a tough game next game, and we need to be ready and come out even stronger.
Next question, Christos DeSaltis.
Hello, Goran. Congrats on the win. You set the tone game 4. How important for you was to build about your win from the first minute of the game?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, you set the tone. You control the pace from the first minute of the game. How important for you was to control the game from that?
It's important, you want to start feel good at the beginning of the game, especially defensively, and we make tough on them. And like I said before, when you have a lead through the whole game, you feel a little bit better, tonight we were able to do that. We kind of protect the paint and make tough on them. And I think so. That's really important for our team. So we don't put so much pressure on the bench.
And also about Game 5 is a kind of match ball for you about the NBA Finals. Is it will gonna be the most important game of your season so far?
Every next game is the most important thing in our lives, in our season. It doesn't matter if you're up or if you're down. We're gonna approach it the same as every game. Try to prepare ourselves and try to execute our plan, and try to be our best. And we know that it's not gonna be easy, and that's why we, like I said before, we're not happy, we're not celebrating. We still have a lot of things to do, and hopefully that's going to be enough.
Next question, David Wilson.
Hey, Goran. I guess I'll be the one to ask about Tyler. I guess.
Rob, can you hear me?
Better?
Go ahead, David.
Can you hear me now? Cool.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, Tyler, obviously 37, but really that run he had in the fourth quarter, I think right after the Celtics took a lead, he hit a three and then another jumper. Just to have the confidence to put kind of the keys to the offense in a 20-year-old's hands in such a big spot, is that kind of, obviously it was hot. Was it kind of flow of the offense? Was it you guys really could trust him there? Just what was kind of that run like for him?
First of all, I don't believe he's 20, how he's playing. But no, I mean, yeah, we believe in him. Everybody believes in him. That's why we're not afraid to put the ball in his hands. And tonight, I mean, unbelievable, tremendous game for him. He was making a lot of plays for us, a lot of big shots, and nothing new, if I'm honest. I already seen him do that throughout the whole season. He even had a couple of big shots in the playoffs. So, of course, I mean, not every night's gonna be his night, but we keep encouraging him. He's a special player in this league.
For him, it was pretty obvious right away that he was more than just a shooter, but it does feel like he's really, even since the start of the year and even since the bubble restarted, kind of added more to his offensive game. Some of those floaters and some of the handles. Just how much have you kind of seen him progress in some of those areas really over the last months? Or
the first day when I saw him in practice, he was doing all those stuff. He had great handles, floater, mid-range, three-point, unbelievable shooter. I think so. Just about his confidence that now it's like a puzzle. He figured out how to put all together, and you can see what he can do. So, tremendous player. I believe that he's still gonna get much better, and he's gonna be starting this league.
All right, next question, Robert Poritos.
Hi, Goran. Congratulations on a great win. Listen, can you talk a little bit about your game? How do you feel you played tonight and throughout the playoffs, maybe? And then what do you expect from Game 5?
I missed a couple of easy looks, 2 layups, a couple of open threes, but I stay with it. I knew that I have to bring it. They're playing good defense, and most of the possession Smart is on me, so that's a really tough matchup. But for me, try to be out there, help my teammates, and on the end I make a couple of big shots, and just stay with it. I think so. Not every game is going to be great, but try to be solid defensively and try to run offense and be myself. Game 5, it's going to be even tougher than tonight's game. There's going to be a lot of physicality. For sure, they're going to make some changes, and we're going to have to adapt and play our game.
Thank you.
All right, G, that's it, buddy. Thank you very much. Get some rest. Good job.
Hey, Kemba, what did you see as the biggest factors as to why you guys find yourselves in this 3-1 hole after the Game 4 loss? Turnovers, first half, fourth quarter execution, what jumps out at you most?
So many different aspects. Definitely, some turnovers, offensive rebounds. They definitely had a lot of opportunities, to score the basketball. So, a lot of different things.
Medina.
Hey, Kemba, how did you wrap your head around the news today with the verdict on Breonna Taylor killing, and how did you try to handle with all those emotions knowing you also had a game tonight?
I can't wrap my head around it, to be honest. I'm kind of at a loss for words, to be honest with you. It's a really sad situation. I just really feel bad for her family. They definitely deserve more. They deserve justice. And, it didn't happen. But, we as a people, we have to stand strong with them and support them as best as we can. So I wish the best for that family.
Abby Chin.
Having a couple days off.
Kemba, Jalen described it. He felt like you guys just came out flat tonight. Can you explain why? Do you feel like there's a reason why? Was it the break or anything like that?
No, I can't explain why. I don't know, to be honest. And that's really hard to hear. But that we came out flat. But at the end of the day, we just have to be better. That's it.
Mateo Mayorga.
Hey Kemba, in Game 3 you guys scored 60 points in the paint, and tonight it was only 38. What did Miami do differently to limit Boston's effectiveness in the interior tonight?
Not sure. I just don't think we attacked enough. I don't think we were aggressive enough. So, we weren't as aggressive as last game. So we got to get back to that.
Brian Robb.
Kemba, you guys went with your best five there late in the game and just struggled to get stops there against Hero and the rest of their offense. What needs to improve in that group for you guys moving forward, do you feel like?
I thought they made tough shots. But, at the end of the day, we got to find a way. That's really all we can do. And we can do it. It's about pride. It's about wanting to do it. And next game we got to come out and show that.
All right, we'll wrap it up right there. Thanks, Cam.
Hey, Jason, just your thoughts on differences of focus, intensity, and force that you guys played with here in Game 4 as compared to Game 3, particularly in that first half.
It wasn't as good as it needed to be. We didn't play well enough in the first half. We responded in the second half, but they were already feeling good about themselves and their rhythm. It was tough.
Mark Medina.
Hey, Jason, how did you process the news today with the verdict on Breonna Taylor killing, and how did you deal with just all the emotions with that, knowing you had a game tonight as well? It's frustrating. I kind of felt like we knew what was going to happen, and then it's still when it happens. But it's sad. It's frustrating. It's been 194 days, and still no justice. Still having to fight for the same thing. And it was just a lot to process. It's a tough day for all of us.
Question in person, Gary Washburn.
Jason, I'm disappointed that the biggest game of the year, you guys come out flat. And you guys are in it the whole game, and you guys take the 85-84 lead, and then Hero and Jimmy, it just seemed like you got it for a minute, and then you lost it.
It's tough. Like I said, they played better than us in the first half. And in the second half we picked it up, but they were already in the rhythm and feeling good about themselves. A lot of guys over there made a number of good plays. And it was tough to come back from.
Tim Bontemps.
Jason, it seemed like in the first half you were not really yourself. You seemed like you were taking one dribble, getting inside the line, trying to kick it out a bunch. What changed in the third quarter to start kind of getting to the rim and starting to try to look for your own shot and score more inside?
I wasn't aggressive enough. I didn't score in the first half. That's unacceptable. So, I know I had to play better. And that's what I tried to do.
Taylor Snow.
Jason, what's the mindset going into Game 5 now, just knowing that your backs are against the wall, no room for error?
Leave it all on the floor. We just got to win one game at a time. Don't got to win a series next game. We just got to give it all we got. Just want to go home from here on out. So that's the approach we got to take.
Abby Chin.
I
Jason, do you have any explanation for why you guys came out so flat in that first half?
No, I don't. I wish I did. Simple answer is just we gotta be better. We know what's at stake. We know what's on the line, and we gotta be better. We gotta play a complete game. We want to go home time, so wish we would have played like that from the start. I take a lot of blame. I didn't play like myself in the first half. So I got to be better, step the game off on both ends.
Jared Weiss.
When you were on ball, there were a couple blitzes there at the end on Jimmy to try to get the ball out of his hands, and they ended up catching you guys for open threes on the other end. What was behind the decision to start blitzing high up on the ball when you guys were having success switching before that?
Getting different looks. Something we talked about in the huddle. Came to an agreement, and now we was all on the same page.
All right, we'll wrap it up right there. Thanks, Jason.
Gracias a todos y a cada uno de ustedes por estar con nosotros aquí en la Máquina Deportiva Pod Cast. La invitación queda abierta para otra nueva entrega de la Máquina Deportiva.
Siga vacilando lo nuevo de Moreno Negrón y esto va en exclusiva para la Máquina Deportiva. Bueno, que se preparen porque ahora te voy a montar tu pila. Sí, tu pila. Óyeme la historia que yo te voy a decir. Se trata de un cuero que yo traje de Baní. La pasé a buscar, le dije vamos allí. Ella me respondió, yo no me monto ahí. Le brindé una cerveza, después le brindé dos. Luego del picapollo me dijo, ok, tato.
¿Cómo?
Ok, tato.
Dale otra vez. Suena otra vaina.
Dale, mambo. Siga vacilando lo nuevo de Moreno Negrón y esto va en exclusiva para la Máquina Deportiva. Esa mujer nada más piensa en eso. Yo no me explico. Moreno Negrón. Se estaba cotizando y yo estaba sudando. No se daba cuenta que me estaba sofocando. Volvió y dijo que no. Contigo yo no mango, pero en menos de un minuto me estaba chupando el mango.